We know where we are going as a Jubilee. When we tell you that we already have a presidential candidate called Matiang'i, why? Is because all this corrupt system is not a question of, and I have told you that we are in the upper room. Kenyans are all in the upper room. They have decided to head the maombi, and we have decided a couple of things. You know, in the upper room, there is in one accord. We are in one place, one accord. And I can tell Kenyans, you Kenyans are in that one place where they are saying things are not working. We need to fix it. And that's why I like fixing the nation. And fixing the nation is not holding people at ransom and telling them you tell them where to go. They already know. When we are wearing sufurias in Maandamano, we knew where we wanted to go. Now we have a candidate called Matiang'i from Jubilee. So I am not waiting for you to come and tell me about, if you can't agree with Matiang'i, tell Kenyans. Because when I speak to Kenyans outside, even as I was walking in, the guards hapa kwa mlango, nasema na hapo mmeshikilia Matiang'i tunapenda. So Kenyans know where we are going, unless you again want to come and take them off. Kuja,
that track.
Join. You know, so we are not in we are not where we are by accident.
Right.
It's a deliberate thing. We are not talking about Matiang'i by accident. It's deliberate because who is this who can come and issue orders that we want funding to the universities tomorrow? Go back to NHIF. Bring back Huduma number. Edu Afya must work tomorrow. Who among all the candidates that have been put on the table is a person of that character? Right. And that is why Kenyans are saying they really want us to remain on course, and we know where we are going. They like where we are going. If you think we are not on the right track, come with your own track. Again, that's the freedom guaranteed by, but don't hold us. Sisi tunaendelea. Yes, if you ask me, I'll tell you where we are going next weekend. We will be in Kajiado. We will be in other places. Why? To continue on the road that we have chosen. And it's not us, it's Kenyans.
Right.
Kama unaona kuna barabara ingine unataka kujenga huko kando, hiyo lazima iwe ni amara.
Before we get into
the other one you have said is on the other issue was Kalonzo.
Yeah.
Whatever. I said it clearly that Kalonzo was our leader in the absence of Raila when he went to the AU. And I am the one who actually on my own account and pushed and said Kalonzo Musyoka is our leader in the absence of Raila. And if it would have held or pertained today if Raila succeeded at the AU, because we were not going to be left without a leader. We were going to look very directionless, and we needed to focus to go around ourselves. And we continued moving around this country with him, talking about the issues that were disturbing Kenyans. The cost of living, education, health, the Ng'ombe Kudungwa Sidano, mambo hayo yote. We moved with him as our leader. But as I said, now that Raila is back, it will be important to see how does he want to handle the issue of Azimio. Depending on how it spans out again, we may be required to pronounce ourselves differently.
But I think the question here,
the question is this. I'm going to that.
The person is saying that you have previously said Kalonzo would be the best candidate for Azimio. Have you ever said Kalonzo would be the best candidate for Azimio?
If it is Azimio, that I have no quarrel with. I am talking about, you look at Azimio and Jubilee.
So Kalonzo is the best.
We are now talking, when I talk about Jubilee, I'm talking about Jubilee post Azimio agreement. When we have exited the coalition, which will happen, in my opinion, towards the end of this term. When we get into that new phase, who is going to be the candidate for Jubilee? And it is not a decision that I've made. It's a relay, and that's why when somebody says that he's coming to give us the direction, I get perplexed. Because this is a debate we've been having for a long time with people. Not in a forum where you can cover it. But I tell you how we have, and it's even a deeper discussion. The question that I started by asking people, mimi mwenyewe, na nilianza, Jubilee I said is 7.1, but it's predominantly, it's really the party that is predominant within the mountain. So I asked the people in the mountain, come next general elections, How would it be if we within the mountain decided not to front somebody? That was the starting. And they say that might be a good thing because we see like the 41 against 1 is being brought on the table and we have all that history. And it got to a point where now if you ask majority, I can tell you 99 or 95% of people from the Mulima, they don't want number 1 position. So they already have decided the direction they want to go. We do not want to vie for the presidency. And I am not saying those who have declared for the presidency like Mother are doing anything wrong. It's still within their right. And they'll be out there to convince people. That's why we talk about these things so that you can see whether they are buy-ins or not. So that is the first decision that we got into. The next decision, which I started in a place called Gilgil, was mentioning names so that Kenyans themselves you throw the names out there and they decide. And when they mentioned, they picked on the name Matiang'i. So it's not a Uhuru thing, like somebody is trying to say. It's not a me thing. It's the Kenyans. Today, if you ask anybody walking here outside, they'll give you their position. We want
so
Matiang'i.
Is the party open
Let me just
to other names being fronted?
Of course. Yes. If you want to bring another name, bring it on top.
Okay.
Yes.
But let me say
the
Secretary General Kioni, when the Secretary General of the party comes and says, we have Matiang'i as our person, that is an endorsement.
No.
But the Secretary General.
It is a suggestion that
you are not sounding
at
like
that
you're
time,
making a suggestion.
When it becomes,
you are endorsing Dr. Fred Matiang'i.
Which I don't also think is a crime. But the thing is this: the endorsement comes out after you have been in an organ. Every party has party organs.
Yes.
As we are going around and we are in Kajiado on Saturday, these are views from Kenyans. They themselves are saying tunataka Matiang'i. By the way, kwa hapo kuna wengine bado wanataja, lakini unasikia wanakuamilia, ukauliza mnataka nani? Then themselves say, so who am I to continue saying anything different? But if you have another name, Latif, we will take it. And you hear a good lady was already in the market yesterday. So you never know, the name could get...
Good girls are not here, for example.
But yes. And we are not...
What is the process of picking a candidate?
Before that, let me tell you the other thing so that we know where we are going. Before I get you the process. The other thing is this. Now the direction, the debate that I hear with the people, again from the mountain, wanasema, hata hii namba 2, kama tunaweza odokea, tufikirie. That's now a debate that is already on the table. And it's a very serious thing because it really is a spanner in many places.
What do you think?
And there are many people who will continue attacking the name Matiang'i and perhaps the process we have arrived at of Matiang'i, not because they have a problem with Matiang'i, but not because they have a problem with the process, but because they're already scared with the direction we've taken. Because that is the direction of this country. Remember, our constitution talks about all these processes. And when we were making this constitution, we said, at one point, we want to see a person from a smaller community leading this country. Not on account of numbers that he may come with from his background, but on account of his ability to perform and transform this country.
All right, yeah.
And that's why I like this debate, because while political leaders wants to take us back to the number issue, Kenyans have moved to performers.
Yeah.
Who are these people who can help us get out of the difficulties we are in, and in a hurry? And that is why you will find the name Matiang'i, not just in the mouths of those from Jubilee, but even from ODM. Other than the political leaders, the membership of ODM, membership of Wiper, membership of NAC Kenya, the members themselves are saying this candidate that has been put on the table by Jubilee is not a bad name.
Let's talk performance.
Before performance, let me just allow me. Will you do this way?
All right.
Just a quick one.
Okay.
The procedure that you follow. The procedure that you follow. You start by, what is it?
Fronting.
Not fronting. This good lady again laid it bare for us in the morning. You start by going to the marketplace to buy the fruits.
Listen to the people.
Not even listening to the people. You go out there and let people know you exist. They start talking about your name. Before you come to the party processes, people must have known the name, they must have engaged with it, so that when you are coming to make those final decisions, as provided for in the constitutions of the party and perhaps in the IEBC and all these things, there must have been an engagement. And the engagement that is there now is among those names. And I am also helping in that engagement. And finally on this thing, when you have a party with a 7.1 million membership, we have already realized that you cannot be able to mobilize members of your party without a presidential candidate. We tried in 2022, it didn't come out well. Okay. We are not going to repeat that mistake again.
Okay. All right. Let's talk
about then the issue is this number 2, wewe munaona kama ni nani? You may not give in the answer now, but in number 2 pia watu wanaanza kuangalia waseme ni. While they have a package.
Okay.
Okay. And if you run away from it as a leader, wewe mwenyewe utakuwa na shida. Anyway, now performance.
The candidate that is being fronted in this case.